So I did a video on the Doodlebug with a 7-foot exhaust, but the only thing is, in the video, I was only able to run around 5 foot of exhaust because I had a slight mishap. And then I added a 3-foot intake, and the bike ran really well. I think it did 3.99, 0 to 30, and 57.48 top speed. So quite a few people in the comments were saying that I should run the long intake with the long exhaust. So this time around, due to popular demand, I'm gonna add the 3-foot intake with the 7-foot exhaust. And hopefully this time I'll be able to run the full length or the full 7-foot exhaust with the 3-foot intake and not have to cut it down. Hopefully this time it doesn't fall off. And then I'll see if I can beat 3.99, 0 to 30 and 57.48 with both the 3-foot intake and the 7-foot exhaust combined.
Let's see if we can go beat 3.99 and what, 57.48, 0 to 30. Actually runs pretty good so far. Let's see if it falls off. So far, so good. Oh, it might stay on this time, maybe. All right, let's see if we can. Let me see if I can knock out a 0 to 30 real quick. Let's see if we can beat 3.99. That was with a 3-foot intake and the short exhaust. 0 to 30, 7-foot exhaust and 3-foot intake. Man, I got to 0 to 30 pretty quick. All right, let's see what we did here. 4.01. So it's right there. 3.99, 4.01. I mean, it's almost identical. So it didn't lose anything with the 7-foot exhaust. Because last time around, I did it with a 3-foot intake alone with a short exhaust. And it did 3.99. So this time it did 4.01. With the long intake and the long exhaust. Let me see if I can back that up. Second attempt, 0 to 30, 3-foot intake, 7-foot exhaust. It's got a pretty mean sounding exhaust. Uh-oh. Looks like the exhaust might be falling off. All right, we did 0 to 30 and 4.02. So we did 4.02 and 4.01. Totally consistent. It's virtually the same as the 3-foot intake with the short exhaust. Now I'll go do a top speed and we'll see if we can beat 57.48, I think. Oh man, I think the exhaust is falling off. Look, my rivet came out. I'm gonna have to go rivet that before we do the top speed run. not at this time. The rivet came out. I'm gonna have to put another rivet in there. With this kind of power, it just blows the exhaust right off. I'm gonna have to put a rivet in there and then another rivet on the side. So let me pop a rivet in this top one here. Then I think I'll drill one on the side just to make sure. Let me drill out this hole here. Throw this extra rivet in there. That way disaster's averted. Okay, got 2 rivets in there. Disaster averted. So now let's take this thing out for a top speed and we'll see what we get. Got her all put back together. Let me see if I can go beat 57.48. Man, I gotta watch these right-hand turns. That carb gets low. Man, this thing runs surprisingly good with that long pipe on there. Let's see if we're staying on there. Yeah, it looks like it's staying on there. Nice. Looks like we're good to go. Top speed run. 7-foot exhaust and 3-foot intake.
Looks like the bike performed very well with the long intake and the long exhaust. So with a 3-foot intake only, the bike did 3.99, 0 to 30, and 57.48 top speed. Then I added the long intake and the long exhaust, and the bike did 4.01. I mean, so virtually identical, 0 to 30s, and top speed was 57.77. So with the 7-foot exhaust, along with the 3-foot intake, the bike definitely didn't lose any performance. It actually gained a little top speed. So I wonder what I should do next. Maybe I'll have to ask the Minibike expert.